Mr. Andrew Klavan, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How you doing? I love that suit. You look like you just came from Casablanca.
Really?
Hey,
no, come on now. Has that been? Oh, it was Gone with the Wind was canceled.
Yeah.
I think Miami Vice is still allowed until they find out that Don Johnson has been in a couple of more conservative films like Brawl on Cell Block 99. So I'm in the clear. Andrew Klavan, what is this? You look like you're in the townhome in Pacific Heights when Matthew Modine had Michael Keaton twisting razor blades. Is this a little garage for you?
It's the combination of Noah's Ark and the Poseidon Adventure for those of your audience, the two people in your audience who know what the Poseidon Adventure was. Yeah, it looks like it's my loft. I'm in the loft.
Well, you know what? Next time when you come on, don't make your first reference a shitty Dennis Quaid film.
In the 70s. Hey, yeah, come on. That was the remake.
It was a masterpiece. It was a masterpiece.
Oh, I remember. I was watching actually. What was it? The other. I'm not joking now, but the other Poseidon, the remake, whatever it was with the ship.
I think it was Poseidon Adventure.
Was it Poseidon Adventure? Is that what it was called?
I think it was just Poseidon.
No, it was just Poseidon. The boat was called Poseidon. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. And I was there with my black manager, a guy named Tony Camacho. He's Dominican, and we were just sitting. And about halfway through, he just said, "This shit. All right, you want to go leave?" And I was like, "Sure, we can do that." I don't know if it was just like a racial divide, but he had no qualms about the fact that he paid for a film and didn't want to finish it.
It's like, I'm not into this at all.
Whereas my cheap, sorry white ass was like, "Well, don't we have to see how it ends? Maybe it'll redeem the last 2 hours of our life lost that we'll never get back." He's like, "I got time for this shit. I got stuff to do. I got water to drink." Andrew, have you been watching the convention the previous nights?
I've been glued to the set. I mean, the laughter, the tears, the sentimental moments of reminiscence that brought our nation together. No, I haven't really.
Oh, well.
I drop in and out.
The funny thing is you're not off at all. Like, they just used John Lewis as a springboard to go back to a montage of fire hoses and German shepherds and talk about how America is more racist than ever.
It is. It just gets worse and worse. It's like a hell pit, you know. It's like, I don't even understand how anybody, wait, how did the black guy next to you, how did he get in the building? What the hell is going on here? It's like,
Oh my gosh.
Kevin?
Can you
I'm
answer?
not going to touch that with a 10-foot pole.
It was affirmative.
Affirmative action, man.
Yeah. But they didn't qualify for the African American, because they're 52%. They qualified for the twin grant.
Yeah.
So, really, it was just we wanted to do a sketch where we wanted to recreate Demolition Man, and we couldn't afford a stunt double, so we just knew we'd have two of them.
This damn afro
I have been,
Jesus Christ. I feel like somebody sacked into my head.
I've been dipping in. I've been dipping in, as Bill Clinton would say, into the convention from time to time. And what I see, in all honesty, what I see is an endless series of totally immoral people telling me that they're better than I am, which I have to tell you is unlikely. It really is unlikely that, like Bill Clinton, Kamala Harris, that woman is so corrupt. I mean, here's a woman who literally slept her way into politics. She's like held back evidence that could have gotten people out of death row. It's like,
I thought when you said she is so, and before you said corrupt, I thought you were going to go Indian. She is just so Indian. Just too much. It's too much with the Indian. It's like, lay off the Indian.
Exactly. It's enough Indian. Enough Indian.
Yeah, it's enough. I mean, listen, you do it like, you do it like, you have a Bobby Jindal. We're good for 12 years. I'm just saying at a certain point, the tokenism's all filled up. So my point is here tonight, Andrew, what do you predict we're going to be seeing from, let's say, well, we already had John Legend and Keisha Bottoms. Joe Biden. Yeah, he's the one nobody's talking about.
One guy, yeah. The guy.
I think he's going to ask the question that is on everyone's mind, where am I?
Huh? Is cutesy still up?
It's in my list.
I really like the best speech of the convention so far has been Jill Biden, but I would have a lot more respect for her if she would stop them from doing this to her husband, because it's funny if you're cruel and soulless like myself,
right?
But it's really not. When you step back and you actually have some compassion and try not to go to hell, it actually is not right. But a guy who's deteriorating in front of us, it's kind of going to be like that scene in what's the scene with the singer, A Star Is Born. Remember The Star Is Born, where
yeah.
gets up on stage.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. But
the ship is turned upside down, and the story.
There we go. There we go.
Stop it with the shitty Dennis Quaid references, Clayton. It's too niche. My comedy's broad. No, I think you're right. I mean, this is a demented old circus monkey at this point, Joe Biden. It really is. Like, someone should be looking out for him. I mean, if anything, really, it should just be like Kamala Harris could be the one to save him and just go out and say, like, you know what? I said that you were a rapist, and I still think so. See ya. You know what? I just saved you a bunch of money from having to reverse the ticket later on down the trail. All right, I'll be back in a couple of months to collect my trophy. Bye. See you later, rapist. Hey, by the way, check out his Amazon Prime and Netflix queue, okay? It reads like a who's who of Catch a Predator. All right, bye. She could end it. She could put him out of his misery. And do you think there was
give her a couple of months? Give her a couple of months. She wants to get closer to the Oval Office before she does that. Then all bets are off.
Yeah, I think you're. Is this? I'm trying to see who's on right now.
Yes.
It looked like what's her name? That late night host.
It's not her.
Lily Singh.
It's not her.
Hold on a second, Andrew. I want you to see this because you're a talented writer. I want you to give us an opinion on none of that.
Heard them over and over and over again. But nothing is more dangerous to our democracy than his attacks on mail-in voting during a pandemic. Okay, here's the truth.
It's a pandemic.
Donald Trump doesn't want any of us to vote because he knows he can't win fair and square.
Wow.
So whether you plan to vote by mail or in person wearing your mask, it is your vote and it's your right. Don't let Donald Trump take that away from you.
It's not your right to vote by mail without identification, without a process that's been set up in place with, effectively, if it were a company like the USPS that's lost money for 13 years in a row. It is your right to vote. It's not your right to sit at home and watch your stupid Cardi B and potential presidential candidate interview and be like, I'm going to vote, though. Well, how about you? Do you have any ID with you? Nah. Well, okay, well, then I guess you shouldn't vote. Racist! You racist.
You get stamps, though.
You racist.
They've got a little problem with enthusiasm. It's like they figure they might be able to get people to go like, all right, I vote for, I'll send in a mail for Joe Biden. But nobody is going to, really, no one in America is going to go like, yeah, I'll get out of this chair and walk down the hall and vote for. No, but who would say that?
It's just like,
it doesn't make any sense.
His next ploy is going to be every vote for Joe Biden comes with a free X chair. In your house. Or then it'll just be like, it'll just have to whittle it away to it'll be a lower back pillow, then maybe a nice pashmina. But the point is,
They're going to have to go to people's houses with the lever, Here's the lever. Can you pull it? Maybe. I don't know. I vote Biden.
Even the guy who opened it.
All right. You give me the lever. You put it in my hand. I'll pull the lever.
Even the guy who opened it, Andrew Yang. Can we bring up those screen? Have you seen Andrew Yang? We have the screenshots of on Twitter and Instagram where when Joe Biden was the nominee, people were saying, I can't believe this is happening. And this is Andrew Yang saying, I understand and know the feeling. You endorsed him and you were the number one person to speak. Like even his party, even people who are on the docket don't like him. Like I bet you Steph Curry's gonna just come out and be like, "Listen, I know he's a piece of shit, but he's our piece of shit." And he's like gonna do a couple of dribbles through the legs, and everyone's cheer for Steph Curry, and then Brian Stelter will edit it together like it was for Joe Biden. And is anyone pissed or these people should be pissed that Joe Biden has spoken with none of them? None of them. None. He spoke with the wet pussy girl. That's who he gave the interview to. It's like, I want to make sure that the person I give a scoop is really worthy of, blowjobs and barbecue ribs.
I bet you she's dry as hell, too.
Well, that's what she says. She says that's why she's, giving medical advice to children like Kevin Jennings. What were you about to say there, Andrew Klavan?
She's dry.
Well, I do like the fact that the press has been complaining for 4 years that Donald Trump is a threat to the First Amendment because he points out that they lie all the time. This guy literally hasn't answered a question from any reporter in 2 months. And when they ask him questions, it's always like, where'd you get that tie? I like that tie. It's very nice. A tie. Am I wearing a tie? Where am I?
No, it's a bib. Oh, a tie. How'd that get there?
And I heard that, like, Hunter Biden literally going to be at this place? Is that true? I heard that.
No. They'll be playing a game hunting Biden, where it's just they give
Hunting Biden,
everyone
no, okay.
old Winchester. They give him double-barreled shotguns and a recreation porch, and they just fire into the air to see if he shits himself.
I thought he was going to fly in on his private jet that he bought with the profits from his Ukrainian deal of $50,000 a day.
You watch your mouth. That man is an energy expert, sir.
My dad is vice president. All right, here's your check. Get out of my way.
Yeah, it'd be like me hiring you to fix my plumbing for $500,000. Like, hey, I really like true crime. How do you do with copper wiring? Okay.
Give me that's a wrench, isn't it? I'll take the wrench.
Yeah, I would like a wrench tonight so I can beat myself over the head with it. Just because I think that if I shot myself, it would be like I need to suffer at least close to as much as I will having to watch the rest of this. So if I just hit myself in the head with a wrench, it would be the equivalent.
This is the other thing. This is truly boring. I mean, I do have some sympathy for the fact that they had to do it all, in this online virtual way. But they are really dull. And, the only thing that's interesting about them is recounting how corrupt they are. It's the only thing that's interesting about watching Bill Clinton is thinking, like, wait, isn't that the guy who, like, stuck a cigar in a girl young enough to be his daughter? Talking to us about what we should do for our nation.
And Cardi B's like, that would be ill-advised if you want to keep that shit wet. Don't be putting no Don Fuentes up in your hooch.
I think that's wet ash pussy. I think it's a little different.
Oh, that's the follow-up.
Oh, I hate that this is America. Like, just to think of it, the equivalent would be like, I'm trying to think, the equivalent would be like if, I guess maybe, like if Mondale were being, the equivalent would be if, like, Bill Clinton were interviewed. Let's even go there to, like, Salt and Pepper, right? And, like, people are like, oh, he's going to do it with the push it broads? Whereas this one's like, this shit going to be in the Oval Office all over your desk. It's like, it's just so disgusting that these are the role models for young girls right now. Like, if it were JFK, I'm trying to think if they'd cross, like, maybe it'd be like Diana Ross or Aretha Franklin, like, asking about relevance. This guy, the only interview he's given, that's right, the only interview Joe Biden's given that I know of is Cardi B.
Cardi B.
And he did it because somebody told him, I'm sure this is why he did it, somebody told him that young black people are looking at this guy and saying, are you kidding me? The older black people are going, wait, if it wasn't him, it was going to be Bernie Sanders. And the young people are going, like, there was nobody else. It was it. It was him and Bernie Sanders. That's it. That's what they had to make a choice.
Yeah, and Killer Mike is out there endorsing Bernie Sanders, and the only reason that black people couldn't get on board, they're like, yeah, y'all mean the cracker who all them bitches stole his mic? And he didn't do nothing?
Wait.
He's supposed to be my brother. The guy who didn't do nothing, they just came up there like, oh, Bernie, that's all Mike now. He was like, yeah. They white boy punk the future president? What a bitch.
Would you lean over and slap this guy? You shouldn't be doing this material.
I should absolutely be doing this material.
It's wrong.
Let's see. Black Lives Matter. What does Fauci say? Big fan of that. But final question. Yeah. On a scale from 1 to 10, how do you rate the United States Post Office, Andrew Klavan?
Listen, I have to say this first. My post lady is one of my favorite people. She is like the nicest person in the world.
Is she white?
She comes.
Is she white?
No, she's not.
She's white. She's white. Everyone sees the supremacy, but go ahead.
She's not. She's just the nicest human being. The place should be shut down. Why on earth do we have a post office? Tell me one thing that we do with the post office. Nothing. It's catalogs. It's catalogs. You can get bills. You can pay bills online. It's over. The post office is over. And the idea that we need it.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, every time I do your show, they say to me, don't forget to plug the Andrew Klavan Show on the Daily Wire, and I always forget because I'm too busy fighting with you. But
well, maybe you should go plug it to your post lady.
Yeah, by the time you get that plug, it'll be what, next year.
Yeah, exactly. It'll be coming in with a bunch of I don't want to piss off a good contingency of our audience. It consists of couponers, so I don't want them to be, we don't want to lose the couponer audience.
Yeah, they just dropped. They're not watching.
How else are they going to get their gain at 32 cents off?
Hey, it's a deal.
No, I don't know. All right, so it is the Andrew Klavan Show, of course, on the Daily Wire. You're there. Ben Shapiro is there. Michael Knowles is there.
Who cares about them? I just plug the damn show.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that I paint the full picture in that it's a who's who of exclusively white
Exactly. That's a rule. I mean, it's an old rule, but we're fond of it.
Yeah, I know, because you're in Los Angeles. Where could you find someone of color? All right, thank you, Mr. Klavan. We appreciate it, brother.
See you, pal.
All right, see you. Bye.